I got fired. So naturally, I did the most emotionally stable thing a software engineer can do. I started cloning Google Drive. Not the cute version, not look, I make a sidebar and a file card. Not a dribble screenshot with a local storage and prayers, a real one. A Rust backend, TypeScript frontend, Postgres for metadata, S3 compatible object storage for bytes, resumable uploads, searching, sharing, trash, sync feed work jobs, and end-to-end tests with Cypress because if I'm going to have an existential crisis, I might as well make it horizontally scalable. Hi, I'm Israel. Recently, I got fired, and before that, I was working two jobs. I was tired, burned out, and I had that very fun developer thought, wait, am I actually good at this? And I know a lot of developers are feeling that right now. AI is everywhere, companies are weird, people are posting insane demos, and every day someone says software engineering is dead. And to be honest, I think that take is kind of lazy. AI does not remove the need to be a good engineer. It punishes you if you're not. And if you don't understand architecture, AI will help you build bad architecture faster. And if you don't understand all, that same happens too. So I wanted to prove something to myself. Can AI actually build real software? Not toy software, not tutorial software, real product shaped software with real failure modes. And for some reason, I picked Google Drive for it as my first victim. This is the challenge MD that I wrote for myself. It's inspired in Renato Augusto's video on this. It's in Portuguese, so not all my public will understand it. But the goal is easy. Users can upload files, they can download the exact same bytes, they can organize files into folders, they can share without leaking private data, they can uploads resume after failure, can search respects permissions, and can async clients understand what changed. That's basically what I'm going for. This is the structure of the repo. I drew also some stuff. So we can see the architecture is quite easy. We have a client that's using Cloudflare CDN to proxy for a Next.js app that's basically using back for frontend. We can isolate the real backend on a subnet. I didn't do this because it's quite expensive, and also I'm usually famous for loving AWS. This time I didn't pick AWS because it's quite expensive and laid off. So yeah, basically we have an API, a database for metadata, a bucket for storing the files. So a worker that we can reconcile files, we can purge them, a hard delete basically, and these are the functional requirements that I said earlier. Basically, we have a user authentication for the personal drive, file uploads, limits, quota validation, and metadata, resumable uploads, secure file downloads, file and folder creation, remove, etc., file sharing resisted users and public links, file search by name and with access control, sync API to expose file/folder changes, and authorization checks for all file operations. These are for the functional requirements. Let's go to the non-functional requirements. Scalable, architecture for millions of users, high availability and fault tolerance, secure authentication and authorization, reliable upload recovery, real database for metadata, object storage for file bytes, good performance for upload, download, and search, logs, cloud deployable, now on Railway because as I said, if we are going to do this the correct way using Terraform and AWS, this could be quite expensive because of subnets, and ECS is not quite cheap. Automated tests for upload. This is basically end-to-end tests using Cypress, and a clear documentation and maintainable architecture. Here's the part that people miss about a Drive cloud. The hard part isn't not the file grid. The hard part isn't everything that happens when the demo stops being polite. What happens when the file upload fails halfway? What happens when the browser refreshes? What happens when a user A tries to download USB private file. What happens when a file is deleted, restored, shared, revoked, searched, or and then permanently deleted? This is what we have to think about and what people stopped thinking with AI. They delegate stuff to the AI to resolve it, and the results are quite good. So the architecture matters. So basically, the browser uploads directly the object storage. We divide it by parts, so we have an authorized S3 link upload for each part, and when we clear that part, we save the metadata so we know where to resume after if anything happens. Postgres know what the file is. The object storage only holds the bytes, and the backend verifies the object before making the file complete. Because the client's saying, "Trust me, bro, the upload worked." It's not a distributed system protocol. And for building it, obviously, I use AI heavily, but not as a magic button. Basically, AI helped me write faster, explore the edge cases, generate tests, and help keep momentum up. I use it also to research, to discover different paths that I want to take. So this is the thing that I say: if you know how to write good code and know how to instruct the AI in a certain manner, AI will always write a good code. It's basically when we had those frameworks like Django or Ruby on Rails. We had trash systems at that time, and nothing changed because the technology was there. And what trash software is basically people being lazy to construct real good software. So AI is just another tool that we can use. And for me, as a mid-level developer, I think, and for me, the younger generation of developers are being misinformed. AI isn't gonna substitute you. AI isn't gonna take your job. It's just gonna make it easier for you to write more code. It doesn't make you think better. It can give you tips, obviously, and like help you learn. How many times did I ever prompt Claude, can you please explain me how this works? And it helps. Nothing beats constructing your own software. Reading the code, it's important. Right now, developers have to think faster. You need to know enough to reject bad code. You need to know enough to ask better questions. You need to know enough to look at generated solution and say, no, that will break in production. That's the part I want people to understand, not just stop studying because AI exists. Study more. AI gives leverage to people who know what they're doing. This project is also personal. Getting laid off hits your confidence. Even if you know it's not all about performance, even if you know the market is strange, there is still a voice asking, maybe am I not good enough? So this repo is my answer to that voice. Not to make a motivational quote, not a like LinkedIn carousel, a working system. I can build, I can learn, I can build AI without outsourcing my brain. So now let's go to the good part. A freshly generated landing page for y'all. Just to be clear, here it's basically just a landing page, so we have one, not the focus of the project in any way. Let's first log in. I already have an account, so uh, let's just go for it. Here is my drive. I always like this Shadcn style. It's really pretty. Shout out to Shadcn creator. Also did a really good job basically laying the foundation for most software that are built today. And that's basically it. I limit the usage for 50 megabytes because I don't want my railway bill to be $50, $70 this month. So, and now we can upload the file. Let's go. Let's try to upload this photo of mine to see how I would be in that haircut. And we have here 1.5 megabytes and it was created and uploaded now. We can create a new folder. Let's say hair pictures. And let's move this page to my hair pictures. Now we can open this and we can see we have the picture here. And we can come back obviously for breadcrumbs. Also, we can make, this is one of CSV that I uploaded. We can share We can share it with other user, or we can create a public link, and this public link can be revoked at any time. For example, the public link is here. Let's go, and here it is. This is the page for downloading. We can go here and revoke the upload. The link isn't available. We can search here also, and if you click, we can download the file, and you can see the image also, and you can also preview the image being downloaded. This is the first project in a series where I'm going to clone hard software, not because cloning software is the goal, but because famous products are famous for a reason. They hide hard engineering principles behind simple interfaces. And that's what I want to show, that with AI, discipline, and actual engineering fundamentals, one developer can build a lot more than people think. So yeah, let's see how far this goes.